segue into our next coach, which is Charleston Southern's opponent this weekend, Coastal Carolina. Good morning, Coach Moglia.
Hey, Mark.
Congratulations on the victory at Monmouth. Are you heading back on the road to Charleston? If you can open up, talk about the victory over the Hawks, and we'll start taking questions and talking about the Bucks.
You know, I think once again, Kevin had his guys very well prepared. They were coming off a very big win over Liberty. It was homecoming. Their guys were very well prepared, and they did a good job of hustling and moving to the ball. From an offensive perspective, I give them a lot of credit for that. That game certainly could have gone either way. Offensively, you know, we had a couple of mistakes. We fumbled the ball. We had a couple of sacks. We made a mistake in some of our protections. We had a couple of penalties that killed drives for us. But when we really needed to execute, we did. I thought we were effective in the red zone. I thought we did a good job of keeping our poise and really understanding what we needed to do and being clutch under pressure at both the end of the half as well as the end of the game. Our defense certainly broke down against the run. We weren't crazy about that. But we did come up with 3 big fourth down stops. We did have a goal line stand. We had a critical interception in the red zone. So while the defense overall didn't play the way we would have liked to have seen them play, they were effective in terms of keeping Monmouth out of the end zone. And I thought the special teams, which I think have been really, really good this year, weren't as effective as we have been, but still solid. We did a good job there, and I think we were poised, and I think we were clutch across the board. I think we did special teams. I think helped us a lot with field position. We're delighted to get the win, and you know it was a good, tough game. And as I said, I give Monmouth and Kevin a lot of credit for that.
All right, Coach, we'll start taking questions for you. For those wishing to talk to Coach Moglia, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click Raise Hand. And Coach, while we wait for some questions, you can turn your attention to this week's opponent, Charleston Southern.
I think, you know, again, there isn't any question. Up to now, without a doubt, the best team that we are facing is Charleston Southern. I think they've gotten off to a great start this year. You know, from an offensive perspective, they're the number 10th running team in the country. They're 6th in the country in terms of time of possession. You know, their kid Hammond is not just a good back and can do a lot of things, but he also does an excellent job for them in terms of returning both punts and kicks. They got a couple of different wide receivers that they can go to and they like to go to, and the guys can make plays. Their tight end and their offensive line has a lot of experience from a year ago, and they've always done what makes them tough too on offense is their ability to truly run, you know, option football, and at the same time a lot of the spread zone stuff. They're very, very effective doing both of those things. From a defensive perspective, you know, they are, without a doubt, the number 1 ranked team in total defense in the country. The 10th against the run, the 3rd against the pass, the 5th in scoring. I said they're going to be the best team we face so far this year, period. The only reason why I'm not saying the best team is I really haven't looked at the other guys yet. But there isn't any question Charleston Southern is the best team that we played so far this year, and we know they're very, very good. From special teams, they've always been sound. They'll give you stuff to work on. They'll give you stuff to think about. The punter that does a good job and makes it very, very effective because he averages about 40 yards a carry, even though a lot of times he might only kick the ball 15 or 20 yards. I'm sorry, so he averages 40 yards or 40 yards a punt. So offensively, defensively, special teams, we know we're going to have a work cut out for us. We know that, you know, it's going to be a big game at their place, but it's a big game for us as well. So it'll be, I would expect it to be really, really, truly great competition, and I think it'll be a great football game.
You mentioned a little bit about their defense. Just their improvement of their defense that you've seen in Coach Shadwell's 3 years, just how they're on a nice little run in conference. Just what do you like about their defensive side?
I think they do a great job of mixing things up. They don't hesitate to come after you. When they come after you, they make sure that the receivers and your outlets are covered. They have, I think they understand the risk-reward associated with that and really do a good job of mixing it up. They'll come from you from every spot on the field, come to you from the front side, come up the middle, come from the back side on you. They will mix up their coverages on you. They will mix up their fronts. And they do an excellent job of reading their keys and getting to the ball. They don't hesitate, they're disciplined, and they move quickly and they're physical.
Well, speaking of defense, we're talking about one of your defensive
I've
players
been displaced.
the last couple of weeks.
They're working on my computer, so, yeah. What's up, crew? Big South Conference. Oh,
Sorry about that. As I was saying, Jabari Bothwell, I believe 20 tackles his last two games, really come on, 3 tackles for loss this past Saturday. Just his play recently for you guys.
You know, from the very beginning of the season, we thought that Jabari was going to be a very good player for us. And he is a very strong kid. He's a physical kid, and he's got excellent quickness. If it seems like it's taken him a while to kind of mature, it's only because he's learning the offense, he's learning the defense, and he's learning the different things that he needs to learn. But Jabari, I think, from the beginning of the season, was somebody that we thought was going to be a good player, and he's turning into that for us. He's also shown us good leadership as well within the team and within the defense, and certainly within the defensive line, which is something that always matters to me.
All right, and Coach, my final question, just kind of recapping last week, from a personal side, you got to see some family and friends outside of the game, just how that visit went and what it meant to you personally.
Well, you know, Mark, I had 167 family and friends at the game, and my daughters were good enough to actually kind of handle and host the tailgate. So I made a point. I don't think if I hang around the locker room, I'm going to get nervous, you know, before a game, and I'll probably just make other people nervous. So I will either read or I'll try to do something to relax. Sometimes I'll just go for a workout. Well, this particular time I went to visit my family and friends at the tailgate. So I was with them for about 45 minutes or so before the game. And after the game, when I was able to get over there, while our guys were still getting on the bus, I had a chance to spend about a half an hour with them. And there were guys that I had played with at Fordham Prep, people from Merrill Lynch, guys I coached at Lafayette, guys I coached at Dartmouth. So many people that have been part of my life over the span of the last, both in the business world as well as in the world of football. Those are very, very special moments to me. And they've always meant a lot. And I think as I get a little older, they even mean more to me. So I appreciate you asking that question, Mark.
Well, I'm thrilled you had that opportunity, and I'm sure it capped an exciting weekend. I'm not seeing any other questions for you, so we'll let you go, Coach. But as always, thanks for joining us, and good luck Saturday against Charleston.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Okay.